Wow, unbelievable. Time to get our act together for sure, for sure. But I don't think you are, because there's only 17 listings yesterday. That's got to be an all-time low. I mean, seriously. And only 8 of them were under 400,000 of single-family homes. And we only have 463 single-family homes available. Oh my goodness, guys. We better get on the stick here. That's 18 days of inventory. Only 18 days of inventory. We closed 76 homes yesterday. We put 58 under contract, but we only listed 17. And we're selling 127 homes a day. Figure that out. That's not a lot. We only have 2,399 available condos, singles, families, and townhomes. Oh, my goodness, goodness, goodness. So we don't have a lot of days of inventory of actual single family homes. So we got to do something. What is it? What's the issue? Is it the clients? Or they don't want to list? So I'm on this thing to get everybody to list. Hey, good morning, Frank. Good morning, Frank. So I've got some great tips for us today. Now, yesterday, just to recap, we went over time blocking, getting your calendar, blocking out all the holidays, all the days you're not going to work, so that you know what your target is. If you don't know what your target is, you can't hit it. Or what do they say? If you don't have a target, you're going to hit it. Bullseye. So you have to get your goals set. And when you have a goal, it's like, I'm reading this book, and it's called The Strangest Secret, and it's by Earl Nightingale. And this is really the beginning of, you remember The Secret? This is really where all that came from. But where his things came from was from Think and Grow Rich, which was written, I think, in 1947. So these aren't real secrets. These are just things, we call them secrets, because most people, even if they know them, they don't apply them. A secret's something you keep to yourself because you don't apply it. But if you do apply it, then you've got the secret, right? And this book is just incredible. It's a small read, and in the back of it, everybody, it has if you could completely change places with any other person in the world, would you do it? Well, hopefully you're happy with whom you are, right? But his first rule of living is a human being must have something worthwhile toward which he's working. Without that, everything else, even the most remarkable achievements and all the trappings of worldly success, turn to sour. And Nightingale says, this is where, so this is Earl Nightingale saying, the moment you decide on a goal to work toward, you're immediately a successful person. For him, the journey of pursuing your goals is just as important, if not more important, than the attainment of them. And riches can be found in both the process and the product. So once we begin, we have to begin. And the way I'm asking you to begin is to do your calendar, block out the time you're not going to work, get yourself organized so that you know on a given day, like if today I can't do my 5, 5, 5, and 5, I know I didn't do it. And then I know I have to do it tomorrow, even though tomorrow I wasn't going to do it. You have to have a roadmap for your success. And as soon as you do, you start to be successful. Does that make sense, everybody? I think it makes a ton of sense to me. This is a short book, a short read book. And the back of it is just some things that you fill out, like your goal statements, like your financial goals, your wellness goals, all types of things. And you heard of Brian Buffini and his Circle Challenge. I have to tell you that almost all of these major, the Tony Robbins, all these motivators, all these professional coaches, they've gotten most of their information from Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, all these guys that wrote all this stuff half a century ago. And they probably got it from the Bible. I mean, these tenets are probably in the Bible. But anyway, I'm not going to preach. We're going to learn today. So we know that we've got to get on the stick here. So I want to show you something else interesting here. If I take out the 100,000, the million plus homes. So this is, if you look here, the prices from nothing to 999,000. Your price median is 410. August, it was 402. That's a big jump, everybody. That's a big jump. Now, if you leave the $1 million homes in there, it raises it to 415. So you can see the impact that it has. Let's see if we can put these up together. Might be easier for everybody to, I don't know if I can do that. Probably not. Yeah, but you can see the difference that it makes. These are with the $1 million homes. This is all the homes, and these are single family residents. I don't mix apples and oranges. And this is without the $1 million homes, and it reduces it quite a bit to 410. And you can see how the changes are. And I'll post this. I've been posting some things this morning in the group. One of the things I posted was how to build a healthier mind and the things that you need to perhaps do. And this is something that you can send to your sphere. And so I have one of these with down here it says podcast. Let me put myself in the corner here. Here it says listening to a podcast. What I did is I removed listen to Buffini's podcast because I wanted to make it more generic for you to send out or email to your sphere of influence. And there's 2 pages to it. This is the one, it says the Buffini Show podcast. So I made it both ways. And then the next page is navigating a busy mind. So not only is this good for your clients, but this is probably good for you too. And this is what John's team sends this out to agents, to our agents. They get these to use to our owners and to our tenants, and then to John's 2 farms. So we mail them. And we're now just starting to email them as well. We have, I signed up, for Vulcan. I told you all about that. Excellent service. And I'm going to share some of the things I'm going to get from Vulcan with our Agent Formula members as a promotion. And that'll probably happen in the next week. So that'll be like a surprise. Okay. Let's see what else I have here real quickly. This is something else. Where's the beginning of it? Here it is. Okay, so 3 secret ingredients to winning in today's marketplace. Now, I put all that. This is already in the group for you to download. Navigating this, I haven't put this in the file section, but I will do that. 3 secret ingredients to winning in today's marketplace. So this is consistent contact and connections. How long have we been talking about that? Exceptional service and care. And most of the coaches will tell you that customer service we're really in that business. Then the Gary V's and the social media people will tell you, well, you're in the media business. Well, you're kind of in both. And then number 3, get help when you need it. And that's really an important thing. If you need some help, just reach out to people and get it. And I'm asking everybody if you would, share the post the other day with Seth Godin. That was excellent, what he said about the purple cow. And share that with your friends, perhaps even. I'm sure that most people that are in some kind of business or they're working. Anyway, I think that's really good for everybody. Just a suggestion there. Okay, we're going to get on with the show today because I have 2 videos to show you. And now I will tell you that when I show you these videos, because these are on my computer, these are not on YouTube. I took snippets of Tom Ferry's show, so not to overwhelm you, because I want you to digest these 1 or 2 at a time. So today we're going to listen to 2. Yesterday we listened to 1. And I want you to pick one. There's going to be 16 of these. And then pick one. And then listen to it a couple times. Now, I've listened to these several times, so I learned something that I didn't hear. Trust me, if you do that, you're normal. Okay. That's assuming I'm normal, right? So what I was saying is there's a time lag because these are on my computer. So the screen will go blank for like a few seconds and then I'll capture it and come back on again. So that's just the way it is for me to be able to deliver these in 16 separate little videos. And today we're going to watch 2 of them. These are both excellent. And I'm watching 2 of them because this is Social Media September. So the first one's going to be about the internet. The second one is a really good, really good tip on farming and getting more listings. The first one is more about, like I said, just so you know, this one is going to be more about social media, basically the internet. So hang on, everybody. Got to get myself together here. Let's put this on and I'll go down. Solo on. And then I'll do a check. Come on. I love it when it works. Let's see. Time, come on. We need to do a check here. Hopefully, we've been on 11 minutes. I hope you've been listening. Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Everybody. I'm going to mute myself.
This is an interactive show. I like it. All right, let's talk about Google My Business. So yes. I have several coaching clients. Literally, it doesn't matter where you're doing business. You could be in Europe, you could be in the US, you could be in Canada, you could be anywhere in the world, and right. Google My Business is going to be a mainstay opportunity for you to actually get the phone to ring. Yep. So we're calling it Make the Phone Ring with GMB, Google My Business.
Make the phone ring with GMB.
You like
that? Down with GMB. Yeah,
GMB.
You know me.
Yeah. Make the phone ring. All right, so what is Google My Business? Google My Business is when somebody looks for a local service provider. It could be plumbers, it could be electricians, it could be real estate agents. We know more and more that the consumer is starting their search on Google. Yep. For any kind of a local service provider, the question is, are you going to rank in those searches? Yep. And so that's the opportunity we're capitalizing on. So I'm thinking of, in particular, Sandra Pike. She is running a Rockstar team in Halifax, Nova Scotia in Canada. Yep. And she gets, let's call it a half dozen to a dozen inbound phone calls per month for free of people who are basically saying, hey, I found you on Google. We want to sell our property. Yeah. Or in some cases, we want to buy and sell, or there's a variance in terms of whether they're buying or selling, but it's free opportunities. And so the way that this game works, and there's a lot of technical details we could break down, but it's simply go to business.google.com/create, get your profile set up or claim it, focus on adding a lot of photos, add a lot of reviews, and then add your business name. And when you add your business name,
this is the key distinction.
This is the key distinction. So Google tells you one thing and does another. And so they tell you, hey, you should not stuff keywords in the title of your business. So in other words, don't cram it full of real estate agent, realtor, and all those types of terms unless that's part of your business name. Yet the algorithm on Google search actually goes, look, there's data that proves this. It goes looking for those keywords. Yes. So if you can, I'm going to say this gently, lightly include some words that are not off base. You don't want to keyword stuff it or they might suspend your account. But what we're seeing agents do is add the word realtor, add the location in which they do business. So it might say like Halifax Real Estate, Sandra Pike. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. San Diego Real Estate, Maxine Gellens.
Exactly. But those terms, the geo modifiers of San Diego there, and the geo modifiers of real estate or realtor or something like that, just use one or the other. Don't do all of it. Yep. But it helps you rank in Google searches. So what's happening is people are saying real estate agents near me or real estate agent, best real estate agents nearby. They're showing those local results in Google search and they're navigating over to these people's profiles. They're looking at their photos, they're reading their reviews, and they're clicking the button to call them.
Creating trust.
Absolutely.
I know you, I like you, I get you. By the way, let's talk about it just for a second. I know we're all, helping a lot of our clients really since last summer. Yeah. But, 3 years ago when GMB really was launched, people are questioning well, what photo should I put on there? I don't know about you guys, but I'm telling them if you drive a Harley Davidson, like attracts like. Put photos of you in every Harley thing. If you got a Vizsla dog, you need to have photos of you. If you have kids, if you're comfortable, put your kids on there because they're like, oh, we're a young family. We're moving to Richmond, Virginia. He's got young kids. I can really, and he has a Vizsla dog and a Harley. Here's $20,000.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's basically what's happening right now. So we're amplifying trust with the GMB.
Absolutely.
Right. We're gonna come back this morning. I want to go switch to pipes.
All right, let's.
By the way, we have like 2 bonkers ideas already.
Yeah.
And now you might be asking yourself, like, wait a minute. So they're like half his clients are making $1 million a year, 40% of his clients, whatever the numbers are. Right? Like, so it makes sense. Bill. And now you might be asking yourself, like, wait a minute. And he's got young kids. I can wait, and he has a diesel dog and a Harley. Here's $20,000. Yeah. Right? Like that's basically what's happening. So we're amplifying trust with the GMB. Right? We're gonna come back this morning and go. Switch to pipes.
All right, let's.
By the way, we have like 2 bonkers ideas.
Okay, here we go with the next one. So we got to get rid of that one. I think that one should not be playing, but I hear it in the background for some reason. So that was a great idea. So this is a little bit of a better insight toward Google My Business. All right. And then this next one is a little longer. I have to finally, I think it stopped. I can still hear it for some reason. Okay, we're going to do solo on here, and we're going to get to this one. All right. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Now I can.
Okay, so we're going to watch a Tom Ferry tip. I'm doing a tip every day. Today I'm doing 2 tips. So we're on this is going to be the 3rd tip. And I'm taking he has, there's 16 tips. And so I'm slicing and dicing them up so they're in digestible chunks for everybody to pick one and go with it, because we only have 93 days left in this year. Can you believe it? So I'm going to go ahead and solo this on, and we'll probably be dropped down, but then we'll come back when I solo it off. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Takes a second. Come on. I'm going to hide you. I think that'll help. Yeah. Right.
Comes in from National Association of Realtors. They've established that over 70%, I think the exact number is 76% of all listings right now are coming from past client sphere or referrals from those 2 sources. Right. So, you know,
we saw it in the data from our survey of our own clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see it in the numbers, even of the teams that are running these big channel accounts as well too, that they still have a large amount of business actually coming from past clients in sphere. So what we launched, thinking about why it is that so many people go to Zillow. Why so many people go to Zillow isn't just for the home search. They do it because they want to know what their estimate is, no matter how accurate or inaccurate it is. Right. And so we said, why don't we just bypass Zillow and we start doing what's called a CMA a day, right? Something that's
CMA a day.
CMA a day.
All right. I can't think of a song that goes with that one, but I'm going to find one. CMA a day.
Super manageable, very easy, and it's a 3-step process. Number 1 is you send out a CMA with an email that says, hey, was thinking about you because the home prices and such in your area have gone up. Rather than me waiting for you to reach out to me, I thought I'd send this to you. You know, please, I'll be giving you a call. This is the key, right? Because there's 3 steps. You can't just send the CMA out via email. Send it out and say, I'll be giving you a call in the next 24 to 48 hours to answer any questions that you might have. Now, That email goes out.
So quick CMA in an email.
And it doesn't need to be
bang.
like the expanded. It could be Cloud
Right.
CMA or something very
Right.
simple. Some people
Yeah.
are actually using HomeBot, right?
Right.
To be able to actually do it as well too. So that's your choice as the user.
Yeah.
Number
Cloud
two,
CMA, HomeBot, or any other CMA
any
solution
other
you
simple
use.
solution. Number two is that they're shooting a video text that goes out personalized to that client. That's why it's one a day. It's manageable, and it just says, "Hey Jeff, I just sent you an email, and by the way, the email says in the subject line, best email you're going to receive today." Right? So,
well, that's a
so
great,
grabs their attention, right?
Best email you'll receive today, and I put $signs on it.
Yeah. So then the video text is, "Hey Jeff, just sent you an email. I know you probably get a lot of emails, but I wanted to make sure that this is one that you looked at. Be sure to take a look at it. It's about how much money you've actually made in terms of your home over the course of the last 2-3 years. I'll be giving you a call in the next 24 hours. Look for my call. Feel free to reach out to me in advance if you want to," right? Then they make the call in the 24 to 48 hour window, right? That's step number 3 is the 24 to 48 hour window. And it's just like, what question? It's not a sales call.
Right.
It is a 100% service call. Like, hey, what questions do you have? Is, what do you think about this price?
Right.
Is this a price that you agree with, don't agree with? By the
Have you got
way,
any other upgrades that I should know about?
yeah. At what price? And then they get on the phone, and they after during that conversation, they say, "Well, at what price would you consider selling your home? Is this the price that you would consider? Or is there a price that actually is in the future?" Now, here's the numbers on this, because we've been doing this now for about 5 months, since the beginning of summer, or a little bit before the beginning of summer. For every 16 to 17 is the range of these, right? That people that they're having the conversation. By the way, if they don't respond, then you don't track them down, and you're not like, like, hey, you don't call them a whole bunch of times, right? They've got it. It's fine. Every 16 or 17 of these that are going out, they're getting a listing presentation, like a legitimate listing presentation where they're sitting down, and on top of that, whether they list now or not, what they're doing is they're loading the cannon, right? Either they're taking the listing right now, or they're loading the cannon for the future, where you can look at it and go, hey, they're not at that price, but if it goes up 50,000 more, right, then I know that these two lines are going to converge. I'm going to call them in January. I'm going to call them in December.
100%.
I'm going to make that call in advance, right, and say, hey, that price you've been waiting for? We're almost there. Right? So
You said a line.
We can't hear you, man.
Oh, you said a line.
I got to get these guys. We got to definitely get a microphone in this place. We were not prepared today.
You said a line that makes a lot of sense earlier that I wrote down. Is like, have you had any thoughts of moving in the next couple years? Yeah. Because most people are saying, you want to move now? You want to move now?
So Jeff, it's not even have you had any thoughts of moving in the next couple of years? It's what are your plans with the home for the next couple of years, right? Because if you come on too strong with this, or you plan on moving, automatically the resistance jumps up, right? It's, hey, what are your plans with the house for the next 2 to 3 years?
Because people forget, you're talking to homeowners, not leads. These are homeowners that you're trying
These
to convert
are
to
people that
leads.
were referred to you, or they, you nurtured them.
Well, these are your past clients.
Right,
So
exactly.
these are
Just your
for
past clients. So let me ask you guys all. So Bill, go back to the microphone. So maybe right now there's a brand new agent listening to this, and they're like, oh, tacos and tequila, GMB. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google that. I can figure that one out, but maybe I can create it. But like, I don't have any reviews. I haven't done any transactions, right? And now you're telling me the number one thing where all the listings are coming from are past clients, and I'm brand new and I have none. What can I do with this?
No, sphere of influence too. That's the thing that you've got to recognize. Even if you're a brand new agent, you have friends. Even if you're a younger brand new agent,
right?
Your friends may not be, like homeowners, but their parents are, their aunts and uncles are. I'll lean on something that Jason could probably take the ball and run with as well too. If I was a brand new agent, thinking back to what I would be doing, I would be pumping out as much content as I possibly can, studying the market, utilizing Keeping Current Matters, right? So
He's like, you're stealing my second.
cross the next one off too, right? So,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So so that you can start to position yourself so they're not thinking of you as, hey, here's Bill, the the friend of
Brand new
my
agent
football
or
player,
whatever,
son, whatever. No, this is Bill. Wow, look at that. He's putting some really valuable information out right now for me. You've got to shift that narrative around who you are as a new agent to the sphere that you actually have, and the only way that you can do that is through the content that Jason has talked about, right? And the process of doing that. So I would be pumping as much content. Number one, I would be looking at all of my friends. If I'm younger, right, which I imagine like in my 20s, if you look at the average home like age that people are buying, it's in their probably early 30s for their late 20s, early 30s for their first house. I'd be thinking aunts, uncles, who can I talk to, right? All of that, and doing that CMA a day strategy, right? But you change the dialogue and say, I know you know me as this. However, right, I've either joined a new team or I'm now part of a company, and I wanted to give this out to you because there's a lot of resources out there to get the value of your home that are inaccurate, right? And so then you begin to shift that narrative around who you are.
And you can 100%. Has anybody taken the time to show you the actual value? Not an internet generated, but the actual. Has anybody taken the time?
No.
Well, no. Just let me put it together for you.
Yeah.
Right?
I would also say, like, if you're the new agent, I totally support the idea. I struck through the text. I crossed it off. You should be doubling down, tripling down on creating content that adds value as you learn, as you go.
Yep.
And I think a lot of agents might struggle with, well, I don't know that much yet. I'm like, well, you only have to know one video ahead at a time.
Right.
And then you find the next video, and then the next video, and you keep your body of work constantly evolving your state of knowledge.
Yeah.
But I would also say there's a strategic opportunity to actually ask a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so what does it look like in your not your content as much, but doing Ask Me Anythings on Instagram and saying, hey, what was your experience working with a buyer's agent or a listing agent, and trying to learn what were the pitfalls and mistakes of predecessors and other agents that you can learn from and that you can improve upon and that you can then create content around, because all of a sudden now your stickiness as a brand is like, wow, she does it different. He does it different. I want to work with somebody like that. Wow, that's
she's calling out a relatable pain that we experienced. We bought that house 6 years ago. The agent made us all these sort of post-transaction relationship promises and didn't fall through on anything. Therefore, all agents are the same. The reputation becomes that, and you're changing the narrative.
Because you think about, like, a lot of agents are like, I don't know, I'm not as experienced as so-and-so is.
Right.
And I'm like, well, there's some benefit in that. You have a fresh perspective.
Yes.
Go out and learn what they're not paying attention to. What are those pain points? And then double down on them, twist it, and make that a source of your content.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to try and keep us on track here. So I think we only have 3 points so far. That was like a
All right.
2A.
Hey, Tom,
What's the number 1 or number 2 thing on your list?
I'm super excited.
Who is this for?
This is
So are you there? He left. Come back, come back. He probably didn't know that this was going to be over. So are you there? He left. Come back, come back. He probably didn't know that this was going to be over. Okay, so now I have to stop that, because otherwise you will hear the reverberation. Like I said, it's a little bit delayed. So anyway, hopefully Jimmy will come back. Everybody, the Google Your Business, of course, you've got to do that. And we teach a class in that. It starts October 6th from 11 to 2, free lunch, and we get into LinkedIn as well. You can go to bee.vegas to sign up for that. But here's the thing with the Zillow. This particular last tip says, go to Zillow. This is called the CMA a day. You go to Zillow. Zillow says their house is worth 400, and you just say, do you think this is right? Okay, and then you send them what your CMA is, and you say, this is the best email you're going to get today. And then you ask them to call you if they have any questions, or you call them. And it's a conversation. It's like a service call. This is not like a sales call. Jimmy, I'm just reviewing, what they said in the video. There were some major points there. And this is to initiate the conversation. And then, you can, the stats are, they did this for 5 months. And every time that they did 16, for every 16 CMAs they did, they got 1 listing presentation out of it. Those are excellent odds, don't you think, Jimmy? Can you hear me, Jimmy? Can you hear me, Jimmy? I can't hear you, Jimmy. Can you hear me? No? Oh, well. I'll continue. Jimmy's got business going on, but at least we see his face. And the other thing is that the conversation is, well, what do you think that you would do, in the next coming years with your home? So you're not doing that quick, fast sale for everybody. And listen to this. I'll post the clip so you can just listen to the clip without listening to the whole show if that will help. Because I want to help everybody figure out how to get listings. Good morning, Karen. I saw you over there. And yes, good morning. And I saw Frank. Yes, good morning. And all of this is to get your act together, get your goals together. This is tip number 3. So tip number 2 is more of a social media. It's like you have to have LinkedIn, you have to have a Facebook, and you really have to have your Google business page. So those things are more, once you do them, they're done. But the other tips are things that you're going to do on a routine basis and put these into your schedule of things to do. And I don't know if Jimmy's going to come back on, but I always love his perspective on things. Yeah, it looks like he is.
There we go. Sorry.
That's okay. Did you happen to hear the entire video?
Well, I heard that the whole idea of the email, I'm going to be sending you this information, then a bomb video email, then a phone call. I'm going to call you in 24 hours. And I like, this is going to be the best email you're going to open all day. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very, very good. The volume was really low. So I didn't hear the whole thing. But,
yeah, you have to turn your phone up because watch it on your phone because it just, they are very low talkers and Tom keeps telling them to talk louder. So.
Or put the microphone in front of them.
Yeah, right. I'm going to put the clip actually in the feed so that people can listen to it and adjust their, maybe if they watch it on the computer, it's easier to adjust the volume. But anyway, one of the things that they do is they do it's called CMA a day. Did you hear that part?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And he said 16 or 17 of these things are getting a listing appointment.
Yes. I mean, that's incredible. And the one thing too that he said that you have to really listen to this, but he says that, if you're talking to newer people and whatever, and they say, well, I don't know, I might want to wait. I hear the market's going to do this, it's going to do that. But the one thing is, over the next year, over time, there's 4 banking sites that say that the interest rates are going to inch up 1%. So that means instead of you being able to afford a $450,000 home, you can only afford a $400,000 home. And I thought that was priceless to be able to tell people, we hear percentages, but we really don't know how it affects our life or our purchase value actually, but it does. And so, and the prices of homes are going to continue to go up. It's just, I don't see it going any other way. Do you? I mean, I don't see it going any other way.
Well, we talked about this last time we were together, and I said I see prices leveling off. I don't see them going up. I don't see them going down because land is not going down, labor is not going down. I don't see them going down, but I definitely see them leveling off 100% because of what you just said about the interest rate. They're going to raise the rates. And 1% doesn't sound like very much, but if you go from 3 to 4, that's a 33% increase. And that's not from a $450,000 house to a $400,000 house. It's from $450,000 down to $350,000 or $330,000. And they're in, how much out there is there under $300,000? You do that study every day. You look at $400,000 as the benchmark, and you say there's this many homes under $400,000. It's not $450,000 to 4. It's $450,000 to $360,000 or $370,000. And what can you buy for $360,000 or $370,000? Not something you'd want to live in, maybe.
Right. So what I do, Jimmy, I've been doing this like every week. I take the median versus the average, and here's the median price, and I eliminate the homes that are over $1 million.
Okay.
And if the trend is going up.
That's because we've kept the same interest rate, Ruthie. Interest rates have been the same for how long now?
Oh, I know.
They're obscenely cheap. And there was something on Facebook about I think it was on your feed about the debt and the income. Here's how much money, if it was your house and you had annual income of this and your annual spending was this, you're going in debt $10,000 a year. It's ridiculous. So and this is the only thing that might save us from interest rates, because the biggest borrower in the company is the government. So if they don't let them raise rates, because if they raise rates 1%, all of a sudden our deficit becomes 1/3 again is scary.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, and I had lunch yesterday with a very astute businessman, and he says that the government is not going to raise the rates. They're just not. And a lot of it, many different reasons. Some are political. Most of them, 90% of them are political. But regardless, if they don't raise the rates, the prices will go up.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's true.
So I don't know which way is the better way, right? I mean, everybody wants their homes to appreciate, so they want them to go up. But
Well,
then if
either
less
way, they're
people
not going to
can
go
buy
down.
them,
Either way, they're not going to go down.
no, they're not. And that's another opinion I've heard, that they're going to go down. So we shall see, Jimmy. You and I are in the spectator's seat on this one.
People won't sell for less money. They just won't sell. They'll stop putting their homes on the market. Some people are selling right now because they're getting so much money, and they're getting
Yes.
an offer that they say, this is obscenely high. I'll just take it. I'll take the money right now. So
Right.
there's some sales that are being manufactured, and we've talked about this. You've
Yes.
made comments about this before. People paying over list price just because they have the money from a hedge fund or something like that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of different impetus going on.
Well, the stock market keeps going up. People's 401ks keep getting richer. It's like, is there a ceiling here somewhere? I don't know. I just don't know. But, my mission on giving people these 16 tips is for people to get more listings. We listed 21 homes yesterday, or 16. Let's see, 16 were homes. It was an obscene number, and I threw my stats away already. Let's see if I can find them here. Let's see, we listed 16. We didn't list any condos, 16 homes and 1 townhome.
For a whole day, 16? Are you kidding?
I don't know. Let me double check. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to lose my credibility here. I hit it already. Let's see. Let's get it up here, because this is like one of the worst that we've had.
I've never heard the numbers that low, ever.
Okay. Yeah. We listed 17 homes yesterday, of which 16 were single family. And of those, 8 were 400 or under. And we have 18 days of inventory. We're getting back down to that. Wow. 15. I know. Yeah. And, but we closed 76 homes, which, that tells me people were buying more expensive homes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a shame because of the first time home buyer.
Mm-hmm.
But for the one thing that the first time home buyer, I was thinking about this, they just need to start saving some money so they can buy a home. So they can put a little bit more down and buy that home, and to have the payment that they can afford.
Well, they say that the boomers, there's going to be a big transference of wealth. When the boomers decide to check out, they're going to be leaving a lot of money to people. And I have 3 kids, and my youngest daughter is telling me she wants hers now, because her and her husband want to buy a second house. They have a house already. They're in Santa Clara. They're a very expensive market. They'd like to buy an investment property, and they don't have the money. And she said, look, when you pass, if I'm going to get anything, I'd rather have it right now. Don't wait till you're dead to transfer the wealth. Let me get into a house. She wants to buy real estate.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering what the tax ramifications are on that.
I can give her money. I can give her husband money. I can give her 2 sons money. So I can give them some money this year and some money. I can gift enough money for her to take that out. And my point with that is what you just said. The younger people need to save money. Saving money to make enough. Can you save it fast enough to even keep up with the price appreciation? If you can't save it that fast, you're going to have to get it from your parents. Yes. You have to go to mom and dad and say, look, you're going to give it to me when you pass anyway. I need it right now, even if we have to borrow against your pension. Because if I don't get into it now, I can't save it fast enough based on these price appreciations. I can't save. The house has gone up, what, $60,000 in the last 8 months here? Yeah. I can't save $60,000 in 8 months. I can't do it. I can't save it. I don't make that much money.
Yeah, they were 342 in January. They're 410 now.
342 to 410. That's 58. What, 342? $68,000 in 8 months. I can't save $68,000. Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you. I've been a good son, haven't I? Yes, you have. I need something. I get it. Okay.
Well, that's a great advice for first-time home buyers. And I guess for every 1%, the house goes up 10%. So I'd have to do the math on how much money they'd have to borrow to be able to afford the house at 350, let's say, even though it's 410. So that's a math formula.
Yeah, I think we should definitely be using 400 when we're talking to our prospects. Look, a $400,000 house right now, the payment is this, down payment's this. If you don't have the down payment, go get it. And if you can afford this payment, get in.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Jimmy, so you're going to be teaching broker management today, which is good for agents and brokers. It's called Pay or Pay Attention. I mean, Pay Attention or Pay. I told you I'm backwards.
It's definitely all about compliance on the part of the agent and the broker. So it's not just broker's class. Where does this broker rules affect the agent? So it's 50% of the class is directed towards agent.
Yeah. Well, I will be there, and John's taking the class as well today, so he'll be there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's going to take me out for dinner. How nice is that?
Yeah.
I'm glad he feels well enough.
Yeah, me too.
He still has stitches, but they come out on October 5th. So it's been a journey, but it's okay. We're all alive and well and happy and laughing and smiling and trying to get these agents to get more listings and give them tips to help them do it.
That's a good mission. I'll see you at 2 o'clock.